I have a Mountain Point zip code, 85044.
If zeros were
I live
eliminated
like
from
right
the
down the
first
street.
last digits, yeah.
You do?
The reality
Well,
is that that's not true.
We already lived right down the street.
My zip
We
code
just
when
moved in the same neighborhood.
my zip code when I lived in New Jersey
Really
was
awkward, like,
07960.
Yeah, my house is.
So I had a zero at the beginning and the end.
The math god.
Yep. So, zip code, okay with it?
Yeah.
9 for the first digit.
How are you doing?
Well, how many digits are there? How many, in the world, how many digits are there? 10. 0.
No, we're talking about numbers,
Digits.
right?
Digits.
That's numbers, right?
No, single.
Oh, okay. Then there's 9.
0. 0 counts.
But you just said we couldn't use 0.
No. I'm saying in general, how many digits are there?
Okay, yeah, 10.
Okay, so how many of those digits could be the first number?
10.
No, you just told me that 0 can't be the first number.
Oh, it can't?
That's what they said in the problem.
Okay, so 9.
How many could be the second digit? 10. Third? 10. Fourth? 10. Fifth? 9. 9 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 9. 81,000, I believe.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Rolling. Pin number. Oh, boo. You know the pin number. How many okay, so a 4-digit pin number, right? How many options for the first digit?
10.
Second.
10.
Third.
10.
Fourth.
10.
There you go.
I thought it was 4
I was
times.
so confused.
Remember the first, for that multiple choice, we did 4 times 4 to the
Well, how many options were there for the first answer on the fourth? That's why it's 4 to the.
Oh, there's 10 options? Yeah.
Better? Go.
Can you do 15, please?
15. C34.
Right. So then I did 30 factorial over 4 factorial times 26 factorial. Over 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And then 26 factorial. And then cancel the factorials. Right. And then I got 27,405.
No,
That's not, but that's not what the book said. So that's what I got confused about, because the book answer was different than the one I got.
Type.
I got
Yeah. What's wrong?
That's not what I checked the book answer, and it's a different number.
Then that's wrong, or you copied it from the back wrong, or something.
Oh, okay. I don't know, it was
Because
just confusing me.
C34.
Okay.
I feel very confident about this. Did you guys get?
Yeah. I didn't get it.
You get the same answer?
That's what I got.
27,405.
Yeah.
Is that what you?
That's what I
we just got?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So the back of the book said something different.
I didn't even get it.
It is?
Back of the
I
book
must
said
have
that?
looked at the wrong one. Okay. Bless you. I must have looked at the wrong one.
So it was a seeking
It was, yeah.
issue, not a doing issue. Others.
The things with the formula were just like the wording of the word problems was confusing.
What I found from doing some of the problems in the other classes was that the things that we talked about yesterday in class really kind of fit pretty well, actually.
It does.
With a lot of them. I just kind of was winging it yesterday in terms of things
Yeah,
that,
you were talking about
with
Katie.
Lizzie and Katie being here, I said, all right, let's do a Katie thing, let's do a Lizzie thing.
They're so cute.
They have their moments. All right. Anything else on the homework? Going once. Sold. All right. Question number 1 for today.
Oh, my birthday's on Friday.
How many different 6-letter words, not real words, but
Combinations of letters.
can we make from the word attend? We only have those letters.
Oh.
Can we make from the word attend? So, what would you typically say? How many options for the first letter? 6. How many for the second letter? 5. For the third? 4. Da, da, da. So therefore, 6 factorial. Except that there are. No, I just want 6-letter words. What's the issue there?
They're not words.
Oh, I don't care about that. There are 2 T's. If we flip-flop those 2 letters,
Oh,
It's the same thing.
how would that change the word?
It doesn't.
It wouldn't. It would be the same word.
So 5 factorial.
So that means that there's one less word than we were originally thinking. Okay, what if instead of writing them in that order we did, I don't know, E, D, A, T, N, T. There's another word, right? What if we flip-flop these letters?
Same thing.
It's still the same word.
But it's T1 and T2.
Yeah, but can you tell the difference?
Assign colors.
So therefore, well, is it a different word? No, that's what I asked. Okay. So, what do we do?
Just combine them. They're one.
Yeah, kind of. There's an easier way than that.
Subtract.
Subtract. Think about it this way. For every option, like we could flip the D and the A and that would give a new word, right? We could flip the A and the N and that would be a new word. We could flip the T and the A and that would be a new word. But every time we flip the T and the T, we get the same word. So it's not going to be a subtract, but it's going to be a divide. So what do you think we're going to divide by? 2.
Factorial.
Where'd you get that factorial thing from?
Well, 2 factorial.
2 factorial is 2? Good point. Let me ask you this. When it comes time to put, okay, so we're here. We're now going to put a T in the next spot. How many options do we have to put the first T? 2, because we have 2 T's. How many options do we have to put the second T? 1. 2 times 1, which is
2 factorial.
2! Oh, we're off of that now. Okay, 2 factorial. Yeah. Does that make any sense? Speaking of sense, how many words can we make from the word sense? Not a lot.
5 5 factorial over 2 factorial.
5 factorial over 2 factorial. Why 2 factorial?
2 E's. 2 S's.
Wait,
Oh, there's 2 E's!
Oh,
So
right.
4
4 factorial.
factorial times 2 factorial?
There are 2 S's
So
and there are 2 E's.
I didn't see
I
the
just saw the
S's.
S's.
I didn't see the. I was like,
So therefore,
another 2
we have to
factorial.
divide it by 2. And then after that, we have to
divide by 2.
divide it by 2 again. So in other words,
Times 2
Multiply.
factorial there.
Oh boy.
It's so different numbers.
Exciting.
Is 2 factorial times 2 factorial equal to 4 factorial?
No.
No. We cannot multiply factorials in that way. What if we were trying to come to our senses?
5 over 2 times 5 factorial over
Wait,
2
start
factorial
again.
times
6
5
factorial.
factorial. 6 factorial over 2 factorial.
6 factorial?
Times 3 factorial.
Because there are 6 letters now. Over
2 times
3
2
factorial?
is 3 factorial.
Why 3 factorial?
3
Because
S's.
now there are 3 S's. So however many times something repeats, that's the factorial. 3 factorial,
2 factorial.
3 factorial for the
S.
S's, 2 factorial for the
E's.
E's. Let's do the weirdest one that we can come up with.
Alligators. Onomatopoeia. Mississippi.
Oh,
Oh.
I was waiting for somebody to predict it.
It's too many.
What do we got? 11 factorial over
4
4 factorial.
4 factorial for the
S's.
I's,
And then 4 factorial for the S's.
4 factorial for the S's,
And then
2 factorial for the
2
P's.
factorial for the P's. You got it. Your book calls that permutations with repetition. Every other book I had ever seen called it repeated elements. So if the same thing pops up multiple times, then that just knocks down the number of permutations. Okay? Questions there? We're okay? Cool. Let me ask you this. Over break, I was driving around and I drove down the road and I saw this huge billboard. And it said, what?
Yeah.
You do?
No, I don't know.
Oh. It said, Powerball, $700 million or something like that. It was up there. It was up there over break, at the beginning of break. Then somebody won it. Guess what? It wasn't me.
Would you be here?
So, here's my question. How many possibilities are there in Powerball? Well, to be able to figure that out, what do we have to know first? What are the rules? How many numbers are there? So somebody figure that out. Find out. Look it up.
There's 7.
Look it up.
6 or 7.
Look up Powerball. I want to know how Powerball works. I want to know how Powerball works.
So like if you get one number, you get a certain amount of money. You get like 2, it's a certain amount of money.
You you get one number right, you get nothing. Unless it is the Powerball. Tell me what you got.
There's 9 ways.
6 numbers. I want to know more info. I want to know, I got to figure out how many combinations there are. So I want to know how it works. I need to know numbers, the balls that they pick, whatever.
Select 5 numbers from 1 to 69 for the white
Say it again.
balls. Select 5 numbers from 1 to 69
Okay,
for
so
the
there are
white balls.
69 balls, and we're going to pick 5 of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Then select 1 number from 1 to 26 for the red Powerball.
So the Powerball, the red part, there are 26 numbers, and we're taking 1. Okay?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is just as good as 3, 5, 2, 1, 4. You understand what I'm getting at with that? Okay? So, we have lots of groups here. Get to work. I want to know how many
I'm so
possible
confused.
ways the numbers can come out. Go.
It doesn't matter, so it's C. And we're going to do 69 for N and then 5 for R.
No, until you get to 64.
No, it's just the one. Remember the day it stopped?
I'm concerned because I don't think I know.
That's a big number, man.
What'd you get?
11 million. 230.
Sorry, hold on.
Here, I'll grab my own calculator. I have one.
1 million. That's 1 million. No, that's 1 trillion. No, that's 1 billion. 1 billion. 348
You're
million.
forgetting.
600. What am I forgetting?
Oh, for doing the C, there's.
Oh,
You did a thingy.
equation.
You did a thingy.
I did a thingy. I can't.
So sometimes want to jump in, but if I sit back and wait, you guys figure it out for yourselves. It's so much better that way. Right?
Gotta do it again.
Yes, we all got that.
It's like, yeah, the answer's pretty big, just not as big as you were making it.
I was like 1 trillion billion million.
11 million. How about that? That sounds a bit.
Sounds better.
Can we just add 26 to it? Yeah, we can just add.
Oh yeah. I was like, is it the weird one or is it the zero factor of the
Yes, there's the.
So yeah, you
Oh my god, I got. Did you get 26? That's whack.
No, he asked this question.
Oh, wow.
What'd you get for the second one?
First one, I'm not done with the first one.
The second one.
I didn't do the second one yet.
Did you do the second one?
Wouldn't you just say there's 26? Because you only pick one and there's 26 numbers.
How many
You could, but
numbers can come out?
26 factorial over 1 factorial. And then it would be 25 factorial. Which is just 26 factorial.
Which,
No, it's just 26.
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't even do it. I just was like, I'm just gonna make assumptions.
So 11,238,513.
What is the answer? 292 million. 201,000. 300 and what?
Did they multiply
38?
together?
Yes.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, they did. Why did you multiply?
Why did we multiply? Anybody want to answer that? It's another group. Yeah. If you have 4 possible appetizers and 3 possible entrees, how many possible?
Oh, I get it now, yeah.
With me? Because C69.5 gave you an answer of 11 million something. Yes? Well, that's like the number of appetizers. Except instead of there being 4 appetizers, there are 11 million appetizers. And then 26 entrees. You know what I'm saying? So for each one of those 11 million, there are 26 possibilities with the Powerball. So 11 million times 26.
Bless you.
Bless you.
What are the chances?
1 in 292,201,000.
So,
God, that is.
there are
impossible.
292,201,338 possible combinations in Powerball.
And now we're getting
Which is why
Nobody wins.
nobody wins.
I mean, people win.
People win. It usually takes 5 to 10 to 15 drawings until they win. Well, to put that number in perspective, here's what I would like you to do. How far is it from here to Los Angeles?
6 hours, like 352 miles.
Well, this morning somebody looked it up and came up with the number 387 miles. So, I would like you to come up with how many inches it is to Los Angeles. Go ahead. Number of inches to Los Angeles per mile.
So we have to multiply that.
Yes, I felt confident that you knew how many inches were.
387 times 500.
No.
Is it 4? No.
That sounds way too good. Yeah, you did it wrong.
That sounds way too what?
That sounds way too good.
Too little?
Oh, wait, never. Ah, shut up.
I think it's 170,280.
I think it's 245,000.
How many inches is it?
245
Multiply it
million
by
To LA.
387
by 5 to 8.
5,280. Yeah, and I got 204.
And then I
Seems way too.
That and then
Multiplied it by 12.
multiplied it by 12. I divided it.
24 million.
520.
300, 20, 320?
Yeah, but 24 million is a
Do you know how far a million inches is? A million is a huge number. I mean, sometimes you got to put in perspective. Like we see these numbers and we see tossing all these zeros in here and we go, oh yeah, that's a big number. But if you think about a million, I mean, a million, if you had $1,000, and if you got $1,000 handed to you every single day for 3 years,
Wow.
that would be about $1 million. That's how long it would take. Right, a million is a huge number. I mean, I can't believe that I make 5 of those millions per year. Sorry, I couldn't. Not a straight face. Couldn't pull that off. Million's a big number. So from here to LA is 24 million inches.
A million inches is
Now, if
only
you
like
think about that,
15.78.
An inch, an inch, an inch, an inch, an inch. And yet, we're not close. We're off by
A lot.
a factor of,
A million.
we're off by a factor of, ballpark figure.
12.16.
Okay, it's more specific than ballpark. I was gonna say factor of 10. Okay, and more than that, right?
Yes.
I mean, 10 of these still doesn't get to that. So think of it this way. 1/10 of an inch. Okay, so here you go. From here to Los Angeles, to get somewhere around equating to Powerball, you would have to pick 1/10 of an inch somewhere between here and LA.
Dang, good, actually.
With me here? Not even an inch. 1/10 of an inch. And that is how unlikely it is to win Powerball. Okay? Wow. 10 times. So anyway, moral of the story.
It's hard to win the Powerball.
You ain't winning Powerball. But you can still play. Somebody wins, right? So somebody wins that $1.5 billion jackpot. And somebody wins. Doesn't happen every drawing, but it happens that somebody wins. So think about what a fluke that is. I mean, we're not even talking an inch. We're talking 1/10 of an inch between here and LA. So you go out to Yuma somewhere and you go, there's the spot. And they go, wow, you were really close. You missed it by 2 inches. And you still, so you win like $20 or something like that. That's how Powerball
Either
works.
1.5 million or $20.
My
Yeah,
dad
now,
got
most people
400
might have
lottery
gotten
over
something near Phoenix
break.
or near LA or
$400?
you know all those Palm Springs and stuff like that. Anyway, okay. So, why do people play Powerball?
There's still a chance.
I feel like you waste more money on it than you actually gain.
I tend to think of it as risk reward. Okay? If you were going to pay $1,000 for a Powerball ticket, would it make sense?
No.
Well, because then the chances would go down because that's less people buy. Isn't it like how many people buy like?
No. Because Powerball, what makes you win Powerball?
The numbers.
The numbers. You're not competing against the other people that are there. You're competing against this. You know what I'm saying? Your numbers have to be right. Now, whether you win by yourself or 3 other people win with you or whatever, that is a function of how many people play. But you winning is a function of 292,201,338. With me there? So people play because of the risk reward. When the risk outweighs the reward, it's not worth playing anymore. You know what I'm saying? So what's the risk? $2. Right? Tickets are $2 each. Okay? The risk is $2. Can you afford $2?
Yes.
Will it affect your life if you lose the $2? Well, if it would, then
The risk is our
don't play.
Yeah.
Because what are the odds that you're going to win?
Not very likely.
1 in 292,201,338. What is the reward? $1 billion.
It wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it depends.
Doesn't the
And, I
government take
mean,
half of it in like tax dollars?
like for me, for instance,
It's still a lot of money.
it starts at $40 million. I don't play it when it's at $40 million. Well, that's ridiculous. Because would $40 million change my life?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if I took the lump sum right off the bat, it's probably 25 million, and then I got to pay taxes on that, which probably knocks it down to about 15 million. So I only get $15 million. Guess what happens if I win $15 million? You won't see me again.
Right.
Okay, but like, you would invest a good portion, right? Exactly, you would invest a good portion.
Oh yeah, I would invest almost all of it. And then what you do is you hope to live off of the interest, the investment income from that.
Why can't you just live off your dollars?
What about people?
Well, that's why I said the vast majority.
If you win now, you can make money for people, this family have this family will have this.
Yeah, well, and the funny thing is,
Spend $1 billion in a
But if you
lifetime.
keep announcing the money, then why would you keep it for just for that lifetime?
Okay, you're not gonna spend $1 billion. Your family can have that. Do you know how much $1 billion
Okay, you know how much, you know how much.
okay, how about this? You want to know how much $1 billion is?
How much?
Going back to what we were talking
1/7
about
of the people
earlier.
in the world.
Let's say that you got $1 million every week. You got $1 million every week. Okay? It would take you 20 years to get $1 billion.
That's what I'm saying, like, your family could live off of that.
Okay, but what if I want to do humanity work? Get on my head.
All right, let's come back. Let's come back.
And I want to. Okay, but why would you settle when you could still make more? is what I'm
But here's the
Why
funny
you gotta be
thing.
greedy?
Here's the funny thing.
Now it's just ethics.
Is that everybody that has ever played Powerball
Gone broke.
has thought about, what am I going to do if I win?
I wouldn't tell.
Guess what?
You're not gonna
You
win.
ain't winning. You're not winning Powerball. I mean, I hope that somebody in this room is the person that hits the next big one, preferably me, but I'd be very happy for him. But what it really comes down to is it's risk reward, right? Again, if you had to pay $100 for a ticket, probably wouldn't do it. If you had to pay $1,000, you definitely wouldn't do it, right? So where's the limit? Where's the line? And that's what they try to figure out. Now, look at risk reward in another way. Okay, watch this one. Has anybody ever heard of Russian roulette?
Yes.
Okay.
We're not gonna.
It's a fun game, isn't it? No,
Right.
why not?
No.
It's my favorite game. What are you talking about?
Okay. Is there anybody that doesn't know what Russian roulette is?
Just because I'm Russian doesn't mean it's right.
Okay. So you have a gun that has 6 chambers, 6.
Racial
Yeah. And a bullet goes in one. You spin it. It stops.
Whoa.
And then put the gun to your head and pull the trigger.
So the